thing, I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. Smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing, cause I'm the E. Cause I'm the E. Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put a foot in your ass. I don't give a fuck cause I keep yelling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling? I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put a foot in your ass. I don't give a fuck cause I keep yelling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling? 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the cause I'm the E. I don't slang up bang, I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. In the 6'4" with the 6'4" gangster lean. The 6'4" with the gangster lean. Cause 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the gangster lean.
The 6'4" with the 6'4" gangster lean. The 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the
I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. Cause I'm the smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing.
The 6'4" with the 6'4" gangster lean. 6'4" with the gangster lean. Cause 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the gangster lean.
The 6'4" with the 6'4" gangster lean. The 6'4" with the gangster lean. 6'4" with the just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. Cause I'm the
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction. 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 Satisfaction.
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
beach there. My last album spent 52 weeks there. Almost finished with the second, you should be scared. Storm's coming, you should go inside and prepare. No shortcuts, it ain't no cheats there. I brought the whole city out like a street fair. Yeah, and fuck it, I'm the coldest white rapper in the game since the one with the bleach there. Yeah, they love it when I talk shit. I get around, yeah, I'm on my Tupac shit. I kinda feel it's no girl I could not get. I'm not found at the function if it's not lit. Yeah, it's Nathan that no one can tell me. I made it here dolo, nobody to help me. From the Bay, the birthplace of the hyphy, so bitch come and say to my face you don't like me. Like I'm always found where the trouble's at. Drinking brown shit now, I'm off a cup of that. Your girl's on me, what's up with that? If I like her, all the shit we'll really take is a double tap. Having visions of fucking an A-list singer, a Kardashian or a Jenner. But Ye's got Kim, Tiger swooped up Kylie, so it's one left, watch me go get her. Yeah, they tell me calm down. Fuck that, I'm too lit, can't calm down. I'm so drunk right now, I might fall down. I don't give a fuck how boring do y'all sound. Yeah, up and down on a Wednesday. Then we do the same shit the next day. The next star out the bay is easy. Yeah, that I mean for sure. Yeah, that I mean for cheesy.
Day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night. Day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone, some things will never change. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night.
I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate, don't wait too late. No, we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate one more time. One more time. One more time.
Hold the phone. The lonely stoner, Mr. Solo Dolo. He's on the move, can't seem to shake the shade. Within his dreams, he sees the life he made. The pain is deep. A silent sleeper, you won't hear a peep, peep. The girl he wants don't see no one in two. It seems the feelings that she had her through. Cause day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night. Day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone, some things will never change.
back, everybody, here to the SDC. We are here for our fourth matchup of the season at the tail of week number 2. And today we got Brown Clover going up against the PWC Crusaders. Here in game 1, it's a 97-92 point lead, so small advantage, I suppose, to Brown Clover, apologies, on the left or on the blue side here with a Black Venom up in the top lane here on Garen. That's why I got it confused. Obviously, everybody knows the name of the anime, but they have the Black Venom in the top lane here. Got me a little bit tripped up here, but here, of course, with Mr. Allen, Mr.
Yeah, what's
Admin.
up?
What do you think here?
No, I'm laughing at the chat. Did you see what Fiery
I
said?
did not. I've
So
not
Fiery,
opened
look at
chat
Fiery's runes. He did not save
Yeah.
it. So he's rolling the first strike on the Wukong.
Okay.
I think he asked for a remake, but looks like they're just gonna roll with it. So unfortunate for the Crusader, captain of the Crusaders, Fiery there. But you know, a player of his caliber, I'm sure he'll make it work. Maybe that just means he has to gank more, right, to get value out of the first strike. Right?
Just a ton of little like hit drive.
Yeah, just jump in. Okay, Dana's gonna
Run
take the
by.
fight. Fluffy Cat Lover's gonna get up there. But yeah, I mean, happy Father's Day to everyone that applies. But we'll see how this goes. I'm excited. Both teams are pretty good on paper, so I'm sure they'll put up a good show.
And yeah, Crusaders currently sitting in joint second with Godzilla at 7-2. As we'll see the mid gank first, like we mentioned, just trying to get that drive-by, get some quick value there. Look at that, gold's frocking up here.
Yeah.
Victor will get his cannon. Wukong going to start stacking up that first strike. But Brown Clover currently in
Oh, here comes the bot lane too. Coming
joint
help.
fourth with a 4 and 5 as we'll go for another trade here. Yagin gonna flash over to his team here on this Cho'Gath jungle. It'll be Samira picking up the first blood. Victor flashes away. Samira could chase it if we really want to, but looks like we'll just go back to lane as we'll have double Ignite
good.
top lane. W Flash comes out set, trying to force the kill here, but Eisenhower maybe miscalculated the damage, miscalculated his speed, because he's simply not quick enough to get there, so
Yeah.
ends up burning Flash for a bit of poke on a Garen who likes being at low HP, as we'll get another hook in. Samira Nautilus, one of the bot lanes of all time. They are going to be looking for these quick fights, quick trades the entire game. It's not going to stop happening. This is just all that they do. Love the lane here. Definitely interesting to see it into the Ziggs. Didn't see drafts, so not sure what order these were picked in. And it's actually, I do remember the Samira Nautilus being one too. So
Yeah.
they wanted, I believe, to play this Ziggs for a slower positioning game.
This-
And right now it is not working, especially with Samira getting the kill on Wukong.
Right. Now, this is super bad for the Crusaders here because, as you can see, they're already moving towards the jungle to intercept what Fiery is doing. They know Fiery is gimped with the bad runes, plus he has no flash, right? And they have the perma push on the dynamic Fluffy Cat Lover dual bottom, so they're going to constantly be a pest to Wukong. Fiery's going to have to play very evasively and try to avoid fighting until he's, you know, at a comfortable position where he can flash and be even more evasive. But yeah, this is going to be tough for Crusaders, but let's see what they do, because I know Data loves to roam a lot, so expect him to roam and just punish whatever lane that's weak. And right now it's mid and the jungle with their flashes being gone. I say that we're gonna get another gank, but I don't think it's gonna be a very good gank. It's just to be, you know, get value from the first strike there. And
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? Plus 19?
yeah, 2 more and you get a free push potion. 3 for 1 potion.
Yeah, he's getting close to that red pot on the recall. Honestly, this game genuinely is starting to feel already like a bit of an uphill battle for them. Just because Fiery is going to keep getting abused this entire game. Bot lane is going to keep getting abused this entire game, especially once Samira, I suppose, already has that first back for this rated third. But really, once that first item comes through, it feels like they are just going to keep getting chunked and chunked and chunked in this bot lane. Keep getting zoned off of CS here. But I suppose it's Ziggs. He can farm from afar, so we'll see if they are able to hold on here as Data walks in. Fluffy gonna get found
Immediately
out
satchels
here.
out.
Ziggs, Satchel jumps away. It gets hooked back in off a crash down, and again, look at this aggressive
That's a
trading
decent
here. They
trade.
were already missing most of that HP, but Ziggs at least able to artillery some of it back in.
Yeah, let's see how he farms under this turret. That's where it'll determine how this caliber of this AP mage here.
Yeah, hoping obviously it'd be very nice to get all of this here. Needs to make sure he gets the cannon with Rel. I think they gave up that front minion here, but get the majority of the rest of it. But in exchange for a wave, which was already farmed by Samira, will just be the dragon taken up here. Wukong, he's certainly in the area. I think that's a fact that nobody can deny here for Fiery, but considering the circumstances, he's going to opt for the Gromp instead of the 1v4.
Yeah. What what is funny though is I was talking to Fire. He's like, "Hey, can I stream you today?" And he's like, "No, I'm weak today." And then I keep asking, and then today's the day that I stream him. And then his first game, he just completely bungles his runes. So yeah, great, good job, Fire. Oh,
And yeah, we do get another hook here, Samira. Not quite level 6, so even if we get to that S rank, not quite going to be able to start throwing the ult and spinning around. But again, I definitely think this goes to show just the danger that this Ziggs and Rel are going to be in here in, what, 20 seconds?
yeah. Especially with this wave pushing into them too, and Jagan's in the vicinity.
Cho'Gath here finds the rupture on Ziggs. He's hooked in, and that is a dead bomb slinger. Yeah, y'all get nicely done here. They're actually going to commit to this. Samira goes under tower, gets that one in place. As we see the side of the Black Vemon's Garen trying to back away here. Victor going to get some extra poke onto drifting away. So he heads back to tower. Samira is going to farm up. And they are going to greed for the extra wave, it looks right like. You don't see too big of a reason not to. Ziggs teleport comes through, but going to be very much forced by this wave getting crashed in. Probably has to anyways, but definitely with that wave crashing, can't really afford to miss it considering the lane state he's about to enter if he misses any notable gold. As another trade in the top lane. Yeah. These are two characters who the lower they get, the more they heal, as Yagin Hyper getting ganked here in his own jungle. Yagin coming in, gonna get taken out. Fiery as well, trying to move back over. It's a nice blast cone by the Syndra here, trying to get back to Data. Flashes away. It's going to be the Rel almost getting hooked into the tower, but doesn't actually even end up getting targeted with a tower shot. Wukong going to take those wolves here, so at least finding a way to keep that jungle pressure up with his team despite the rune circumstances here. So well played to the side of Fiery, and of course his teammates for roaming over. And Data is face checking a jungle he knows 3 people are in, and unfortunately for him, he's going to ... checks notepad, find the 3 people he knew was in his jungle, so he will go down. Here is Ziggs almost gets solo killed.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this is a breath of fresh air for Dynamic, knowing that both engaged supports are gone, but the fact that he put himself this low basically means this is rough for him. Okay, well, that's a little cute. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like the fact that it was a 1v1 and he can farm behind minion wave allows him to at least trade 1-for-1. But now, the fact that he's super low, he puts himself unnecessarily in lethal. And now he's going to have to pay for it by missing out on quality CS, which he definitely needs. Because as soon as he gets Ludens and starts getting his first 2 mage items, he can easily wave clear. But for now, it's, you know, like there. You miss 1 minion wave. Or 1 caster minion due to the lack of damage you're dealing. But yeah, great job by team to rotate top. Fiery ganking in the jungle, not afraid to fight, even though he's, you know, down summoners and all that. He will continue to take this fight. While Zero is okay. Good. TP coming in from Sunny D Swag to try to bail them out. Data's in trouble. He has no flash, remember. And oh god, that looks so slow and comical.
Yeah, pre-enhancement on that teleport, you do not move very quickly, and so they end up seeing, all right, there's a teleport. He'll be here in a business day, so let's just take our time and stroll away. Maybe shoot another Samira Q before we walk out. They do obviously end up getting away. They'll just walk it back mid, supported by a Fluffy Cat Lover here to get back to the mid lane here. At the very least, they're able to pick up this next wave. Missed a good bit by taking that teleport, but he's done so well in the lane and on getting some of those extracurricular kills that not going to be a big problem here to be missing 1 wave, right? He's still highest CS in the lobby, joint with Garen pretty much here, and obviously a wave or 2 above Syndra at this point. So again, not bad. Sunny D Swag definitely the current hero of this game for them.
Yep, absolutely, and you definitely need one of the AP mages to get online. I was gonna say, wouldn't it be cool if they make a champion based on that teleport mechanic? Like, you know how it's flying overhead, and then you use like an ability to drop out. Like, oh, I overshot where I'm trying to go. Let me get up. Kind of like
So you want better Galio ult?
yeah, but kind of like those battle royale games where you jump out the plane and you can choose where to land. Something like that would be interesting. Or like Aurelion Soul, like another Aurelion Soul.
So you want better Pantheon ult?
Yeah. But slow though, like you see it coming, right? Like it's like
Okay,
overhead.
you want to combine Pantheon ult with Ace ult E. Okay, I get you.
Yeah. Riot, call me. I got you guys for great ideas for and very interactive gameplay. As they're gonna pick up the second drag for Brown Clover here.
I guess it's old Ace ult E, isn't it, on W now? I don't know, man. I don't play that character. I don't know. I don't know which button is where is. We'll get Lost Zero going in here, trying to get some damage. Dodges out on the Ziggs bomb. There's the hook. There's the ulti. Unfortunately, Magnet Storm just makes it easier for Samira to hit you. As Yagin going for the combo here. There's the rocket belt at the Ziggs. Everything about the kitchen sink here for Yagin. As we'll get some nice damage, but not going to have that feast ready for the execution here. It's drifting away. Just trying to farm up. Going to walk back through that laser's second pulse here. Just looking to stay under tower, stay alive and farm though. So not some crazy big problem by any means.
Yeah, as a Ziggs main, I'm starting to criticize the way Dynamic is using his satchel charges. Like you see how he uses it immediately just to get out. That just means everyone's going to focus the rail. Why don't you just hold on to it just a bit? Try to split the aggro and try to help out your support there, because your support is basically playing as a buffer zone for you to farm. At least scratch his back and let him try to survive these engagements, because if Nautilus touches you at this point of the game, Samira's just gonna shred. It's gonna buy sufficient time to shred. Ooh, Eisenhower is gonna get engaged on, and the ultimate.
Okay.
Final judge.
Yeah, there's just no set W there.
No,
I know he's been Wing waves at various times. I'm curious if that was a timer and Garen said, nah, that W is not back yet, or if that was just set, not getting the W off in time. But regardless, Fiery gonna come in here trying to generate some free gold here, as we'll see if he can get it. Yagin Q comes up, and that will be a kill surely here for the Cho'Gath. Nice kill for the side of Yagin, and this game feels over, truthfully.
Yeah, I want to say just over just yet. Sunny D Swag is still up there. Just one good team fight, right? But the problem is, like, once they start speccing into magic resist, which is looking like they are going to, if the front line can survive the initial burst from the two mages, then it's gonna be rough. And
yeah, I'm a bit surprised to see Set go for Garen, go for those swiftness boots compared to the Merc Treads, considering the comp they're against. But I suppose obviously it's still good boot choice, right? To stay on top of the enemies, to keep that E value going. But maybe would prefer the Mercs for just the extra resistances. But you have Nautilus, you have Cho'Gath, so having some extra, I guess it's not directly damage, right, but extra access to keep your damage consistent is definitely nice. As we'll see if Sunny D Swag does get cooked here in the mid lane. Data Yagin certainly looking for it. Rupture comes through, but it'll be just a bit shy here, as we'll see the Tiamats here just flashing back and forth in the top lane here, as both players are trying to keep farming. Garen up 24 CS right now though, so definitely favored, and Sunny D Swag not actually guaranteed dead yet. Wukong's in the area, but only Nautilus hitting him so far. Yagin not able to get there yet. Fire gonna flash out of the Rupture here, trying to stabilize on the Wukong.
What the cat lover?
Quite low. Kirel just gonna soak up the damage in the front line here. I suppose zoning a better term, considering his shield actually doesn't even get broken. But regardless, everybody stays alive, as we'll get a couple people looking for some resets, as we'll see it back toward the bottom lane for Samira and Ziggs.
Yeah, great job by Brown Clover. I keep calling Black Clover for some reason. Good job by Brown Clover to take that fight, knowing that Wukong and Rel didn't have ultimate, so that's like a prime time to engage on them. But if they fought like 15 seconds after that, the ultimate from Wukong and the Magnet Storm would have just been brutal. Looks like they're going to try to punish Black Vemon here. Black Vemon having a great game, 2-0-1 up in CS. They're going to try to punish him here. Dropping everything, try to punish this. But it looks like they do not, as Jagan's here for the backup.
The boot choice.
Okay.
As the ult comes back down, won't get that Demacian execution here, but will certainly still get the kill combined with his teammate Yagin here. So nicely done there to turn a 1v3 into a 1-for-1, obviously with Yagin's help coming through in the tail end of it. But we'll see Data lost 0 in the mid lane here. Sunny D Swag a bit hesitant to head down back into this 1v2, but that is going to be the option they go for. Ziggs Bomb lands on the mid wave. Looks like he's just trying to save the tower here, as they will still lose a plate as Data hooks out here. We'll take one tower shot, blocks it away with the W shield. So again, nothing too abnormal here by any means. Again, really starting to get a lot of scary people versus Victor, and the lot of scary people are almost all individually scarier than the Victor. But like you mentioned, if they can get some extra kills on someone like this, maybe one of their bruisers, maybe the Victor just gets up super fed, maybe Ziggs gets some value, which would still obviously be pretty weak to MR, but definitely could try and get some gold back in this game. But with third dragon coming up here at only 16 minutes here, it is looking a little bit concerning right now for this side of the Crusaders. We'll see if they can get something going. Samir trying to farm up some early style here. Goes up to D. C with the Nautilus. Nautilus ult comes in. We have the ult ready here. Just going to ship it. Tries to send it around. Knockup comes through to negate some of it. Cho'Gath goes down. Samir trying to back away. There goes Victor. The ult following Samira, but we'll be able to get out for the moment here. It will be a set ulting down here. Trying to keep pressure onto Data. Samira refarming up some style here. Double kill. Garen ults for one. Eisenhower set will be the sole survivor here, as a lot of pings come through. Everyone using some ults and shenanigans. I don't know that we need to ping Samira ult like it's going on cooldown, but they're just mashing the buttons at this point, as we'll see the third drag fall over here to the side of Brown Clover.
Once again, bad by Crusaders taking that fight. Fiery didn't have his ultimate, Dynamic didn't have his ultimate, and especially with Rauden not having his ultimate either, which is so critical. They almost won that team fight too, but once missing that, critical damage and critical utility from those ultimates just led them to get stat checked via, the laning phase that they earned through, getting kills and CSing and all that. So yeah, great job by Brown Clover to continue to put their foot on the neck of the Crusaders, not letting them back into this game. Even though the goal late is, 3,000 is nothing too crazy. The fact that they have 3 dragons up, they're chilling, and they only scale that much better, right? Because Dragon is it's going to be just a brute to deal with. And the fact that he's Cho'Gath, through virtue of his ultimate, he can now secure any... No objective is going to be a coin flip at this point. It's just going to be get a pick and secure these objectives and coast into a victory. And as they continue to get the vision control, they're going to... Once these turrets go down, these outer turrets, it's just going to be lights out. They have no room to maneuver unless they move as a squad. And moving as a squad means they're not going to get any gold shared equally. So let's see what they do in these next few battles, as Drifting Wave does get caught there. So that means there's going to be a free Rift Herald. And, well...
Yeah, I mean... This
not
is
really. I said free
kind
as
of
in
expected at this point. I don't really... Fluffy Cat level get caught here. It's 702 on Samira here. Only at 2 items right now. It's just going to keep getting... Whereas here, Samira stays more and more accelerated compared to the rest of the lobby here, as Dynamic getting chased down. Garen in the area as well. Okay. I was gonna say, I think if Nautilus can get in range for a hook, that Garen will commit to the kill, but I think Black Venom realized that he's playing Garen and he doesn't really need the hook, so he's just gonna send it himself. Full combos with a very skillful QE ult here on to Mr. Ziggs. Rift Herald gonna get secured up by the Cho'Gath here. Obviously, always loves to find some cheap stacks. See the top lane tower just gonna get taken through a Samira, who's happy to tank the tower shots. Data in the area anyways, in case some shenanigans starts showing. Yagen gonna work on his jungle clear, and again, it just continues to be a problem here. Last Whisper coming through for the side of Samira, so ready for... What are we going this game? Are we just going LDRs, or is it Mortal Reminder? There's not a ton of in-fight healing. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what they want.
Yeah, well, I think it's just you choose your own destiny here. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I don't think the decision will be the game decider. That's true.
Yeah. Not to make, not to brush off your question. It's more like I don't care.
Yeah.
They can just go full whatever. And then kind of win at this point, because what we mentioned earlier, right? Like they put themselves in a great position to carry. The only thing that's holding them back is time response and all that. And I don't think they can do the Baron just yet either, because you don't want to risk the Baron debuff just shredding you So for now, just chill. Oh god, he's dead.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
They actually get a nice combo here. Is it just not enough? Ziggs bombs everyone. Samira dies open to open it. And again, maybe just a bit too split here. Garen's trying to run
wow.
over. Drifting away is going to get caught as well. That Syndra should die. No, Wukong can't get
No.
that one auto. All right, unfortunate for him. Is Data going to get picked up by Sunny D Swag. It's a nice fight where they hit every single ability perfectly, right? All
Yep.
of the CC hit everyone. Zigzol hit true center on everybody. You literally can't have better skill shot accuracy than what they had in that fight. Everyone did their part. Unfortunately, all of that was barely enough to kill Samira, so I really don't know what the game plan is going to be in the future, but you know what? It's a couple hundred extra gold for Sunny D Swag. Maybe those Victor lasers, that Victor ult will start ticking up a little bit more once we get this second item online. Dragon coming up in a minute, so it will be the full reset here in before then. So we'll have to wait and see what they can buy up. It is going to be the Lichbane Victor coming out here. So again, is that the item they need to try and make this game winnable? Maybe, maybe not, but we'll have to wait and see at this Dragon here in about 40 seconds, and it will be Brown Clover here to set up first.
Mm-hmm. If they take these fights, they need Sunny D Swag in optimal position to just unload as much damage, because he's all their damage as of right now. And poor Fire, he's gonna get silenced here, and he's gonna go isolated, goes down. The Dragon is up too, so bit of timing. Yeah, that's Soul.
Yeah, they're just going to try and take towers here in place of fighting the Dragon. Mid-tier 1 will get ran through. At this point, I almost want Garen just to commit to this wave here. It shouldn't kill him, as that will be what happens here. Trade half his HP, but again, that's what you got to do, right? You got to keep that tier 2 alive. There's just no point losing it. When HP, again, it's a resource. Use it. Spend some HP to clear that wave, as we'll see them move down here. Looks like Ziggs wants to ult and try and steal this, but he's going to end up committing a little bit early, and also Yagin has a 1500 smite combined with his 1200 smite, so he can really be smiting from like almost 3000 HP at this point. So definitely going to be one of the benefits of playing Cho'Gath jungle. If you get stolen on, you probably shouldn't keep playing the game. So nicely secured there. That's going to be the Soul at 22 minutes here, and yeah, that's not good for the other side.
No, but well, still not. Try to be optimistic here. Let them have their fight on Baron. Baron's, the great equalizer. And they can grab it. They can get some of that turret back. But yeah, as of right now, the bot lane, Zig is just not doing anything currently. Unfortunately, he can't even go on the side lanes to, farm safely. So he has to swing around and hover the Rel. And Rel is unfortunately not too strong either. Going, is that Convergence first? So that's like a more aggressive build, right? Not the usual locket to sustain as oh god, Eisenhower gets chunked down a half HP there. So yeah, I mean, as of right now, Jagan's just looking for a pick in order for him to start the Baron, essentially. Trying to identify where Fiery is before they can start. Black V1, I think, can serve as a split pusher. Yep, they're going to just go 4-1, 2-2-1 here. Poke and prod, see who can rotate first. They're circulating around this upper formation. Unfortunately, they're getting triangulated on too. Fiery doesn't know it just yet, though. He's going to take the fight. Has no option. Trying to run. Gets another knockup. But unfortunately, Lost Zero's killing on the wings. Okay, trades 1-for-1, but unfortunately, the Lost Zero data combo picks off Fluffy Caliber on the wings. Didn't notice that there. And Sunny D Swag is going to try to buy time, but unfortunately, that's just going to delay his spawn retime as they're going to grab this Baron easily. And Black Vmon's just chilling. He knows he can 2v1 this. Doesn't really need to overextend. Just keep him here. Keep him honest as they're going to pick up this Baron easily. And yeah. What do?
Yeah, I mean, we pray that we all get correct runes for game 2 and can then try and challenge to have a closer game, I think is the play to go for here. But It's a bit unfortunate, right? I mean, your jungler starts the game with a non-real jungle rune, and then the other team knows this, so they just start trying to abuse you in long skirmishes. Where now we're stacking up our conquerors or whatever runes we're running, and you got 12 gold on the engage. As we'll see, the Garen here gonna take a nice chunk of damage here. Mega Inferno Bomb comes flying in, and this should be a death for Garen. Not even gonna find his one on Eisenhower, just a bit too tanky on the set here. Obviously, the build's designed for it, so nicely done to stay alive. They're going to be in danger in the mid lane here with the two mages just getting
Yeah.
walked at right now. Truthfully, no problem hitting a tower here. Sunny D Swag burns the wave, so they will head back on their retreat. Cho'Gath in the bot river as he loses his bot jungle. Bot tower going to go down as well. Two Eisenhower's set here. Again, they're doing maybe not the most, but they're doing a fair bit with the situation they have here. As Sunny D Swag gonna get chunked out a bit under tower. Yagen almost looks happy taking this 1v2
No,
here
he
on the
easily wins
Cho'Gath.
it.
Obviously very scary here as that stacks fully maxed out on
jeez.
his items. And I'm okay. Yagen was at like a quarter HP, and then the camera just cut away from him because he died so quickly. As we'll see as Sunny D Swag get caught out. Now Yagen finds Wukong here, trying to run away in the jungle. It's a nice S-key bait here by the Wukong. Yagen falls for it. Well done there for Wukong. He's actually going to escape for that, I think, as we'll see the mid lane fight come down. Garen just walking at them here, as it will see the side of Yagen. He is not happy about getting baited there in the jungle. Oh my god, he's committing deep, as Fiery will end up flashing out here. But Inhib going to fall down. I'm shocked this game is almost at half an hour, honestly.
Yeah.
It does
I mean,
not feel like it's
it
been
go-
27 minutes.
It's a credit to the comp that they've. It's a credit to the comp that they drafted, and it's a shame. It's not. Well, Fiery, you didn't DM me, or no one DM'd me about the remake, so you do know I'm like 5 minutes behind you guys, right? So I can't do much. You could have asked Data. You could have asked Riddy. I don't know what they said. Did they say no? I'm not sure. For me, I'm just a caster, so treat me as such. I'm like way behind you guys. You know what I mean? Like I'm behind you guys.
Yeah.
Or we're behind what's going on 5 minutes or whatever.
I
it
was
is.
gonna say that fight makes the game look almost winnable, but we have a bit of spoiling going on.
Yeah, Fiery spoil.
If I recall back in 7 seasons ago, that used to cost you something.
Yeah.
Was that ever actually even implemented? What was the original draft? I feel like I remember hearing -10 PV for spoiling.
Yeah, something like that. But you know, I'm not gonna.
Does not obviously mean much, considering this game was maybe spoiled from the get-go. Here is, we'll see the setup here again. 6k a gold lead for Dragons, up 1 to 2 grubs down is the one benefit that they do have some form of a lead in, other than mid lane value, which actually Cinder's also 3 items and boots, so maybe not the craziest mid lead, but obviously death cap very expensive. As we'll see it drifting away here. Gonna clear out a little bit of a vision here, as it will get the Garen pressuring the back door here while the Elder does come alive. If the Elder was somehow lost, this game could maybe get flipped, but there's going to be the fight taken. Eisenhower doing some really nice aggro frontline damage, but unfortunately, Sunny D Swag goes down. Smear finds the double. 1 for Cho'Gath, 1 for Syndra, and Dynamic in the base here. Not too sure what we will do on the Ziggs here. GG's coming out in the chat here, as we'll have to see if something happens. Unfortunately, the only thing that happens is a dead Yordle in the streets of the red base here, and that will be game number 1 going down to the side of Brown Clover here, just shy of the 30th minute.
All right, and GG. Father of the game goes to Jagan. I think Jagan played a great game there. He was obviously, you know, with the help of Fiery getting the wrong runes and yada yada, he still put crazy amount of pressure everywhere, and every gank was successful basically from what I saw. Either he pulled a flash or he got a kill, and yeah, great job by Brown Clover to make this game 1-0. Take a quick break. We'll see you guys for game 2.
clock ticking, I think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories, a time after. Sometimes you picture me walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you said. Then you say, go slow, I fall behind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to grey, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Time after time. When you say go slow, I fall behind. The second hand on one. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Time after time.
Alrighty, we are back here, ready to go for draft number 2, and this time it is a bit of a point gap here. Brown Clover going to be sending a 117-point roster up against the Crusaders 83, so a 34-point gap, with a lot of that being focused in the bot lane here. Bossum and Shibs add up to a total of 35 bot lane points up against only 12. Some other points, 11 in the
Yep.
mid lane here.
Because
They'll
of
be
that,
down by
sorry.
1 in jungle.
No, sorry to interrupt. I'm saying just
There you go.
because of that gap, they are allowed the in-season perk, which is the
Okay, yeah, what did they
additional
go
ban.
for?
they get 2+1 additional ban. So they ban the Belveth and Kane, while Brown Clover responds with the Lee Sin ban. So that's a little perspective there. As well as that's not Riddy currently. That's going to be Slimere. That's subbing in for Riddy for the next 2 weeks as Riddy's out. So yeah,
Okay.
that's all the context provided. Now we can start the draft, which you see they open up with Seraphine, and then I think that's a counter pick, like a pick to counter out Dynamic, because Dynamic loves playing that Seraphine. That's his bread and butter. Got to Diamond with it, so.
And yeah, we'll go pretty standard here in terms of the matchup here. Obviously, going to have the Seraphine getting first pick. Then we take Ashe to not top that dual lane. Obviously, Seraphine Ashe, a very strong bot lane. Nico comes through here. Don't hate it. Again, this is a bit of a flex pick. Obviously, expecting it to go support considering modern Nico meta, but obviously, Stan can still play elsewhere on the map by all means. So definitely going to be curious to see which way it goes on that front. But we'll get back over to it. Again, the bans here alongside that 2+1 you mentioned, Hecarim, Oriana, Graves, Karma, Garen, and Syndra coming through as Yunara going to get picked up for that bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, might as well play a very aggressive champion. Basim's going to play on that Yunara. I like it. Followed by Ambessa. That could be a flex, naturally, between Black Vima and Riddy. So this is going to force Sovereign, I think, to maybe give over tells. I don't know, if I was them, maybe just let the Sunny D Swag eat the counter matchup. He's pretty solid in lane, right? I think he just plays something that's wily, plays something that's sneaky. So he's gonna go with Aurora against K3. Kevin is no slouch either, so it's gonna be interesting what Kevin's gonna answer with. So they're gonna open up some bans. I say unload all the bans into mid, which is they're gonna ban out Hui. And what's another Aurora counter? I'm assuming it'd be some sort of champion that has good poke, longer poke.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who would be some of the better counters for Aurora. Obviously, I'm sure there's some bruisers that have some good lanes, but other than that, maybe just like you mentioned, right? Something poke, maybe even just like Vigar probably isn't horrible. Maybe not the craziest of all time,
Good
but
Renekton ban too,
obviously,
to make
yeah.
Ambessa playable in the top lane, provide some flexibility there.
And we'll see what the ban is here. And they're just gonna say, you know what, we're not that worried about mid. We just want to ban Jarvan here. Think that the comp a little bit too oppressive with the jungle. So they just ban the Jarvan, and then Aatrox is gonna be the final ban. So Brown Clover definitely trying to get their top laner a nice lane here, banning away 2 matchups that they do not want to play. And then the Crusaders here gonna go half and half with their remainings.
Yeah. What's that ban over there? My eyes are telling me that's Aatrox. So Aatrox. So yeah, that's more pushing towards a Ambessa jungle, followed by Silas. Silas top, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't hate this. Aurora can obviously flex mid or top. Silas can flex anywhere, truthfully. We know he's not going bot lane, obviously, but he really can go mid jungle top. Is Jace going to get hovered here? I know Jace jungle has been played before, so
And
definitely could be the angle here. Could be Jace mid, could be Ambessa jungle, Jace top. Again, a lot of flexibility between the 2 rosters here with 1 pick to go. Maybe we'll get some answers.
Yeah, that's Slime's Jace, so that makes sense. Cooking up that poke bruiser jungle, and they're gonna round it out with a Galio. Kevin's Galio, interesting. So he's gonna go in on top of Ambessa for that opening engagement, followed up by Jason Seraphine for the backup artillery. As let's see, they give Aizen. Is Silas jungle possible still, or no? It's not. It's not really a thing.
I would
right?
say so. I don't think it's not like crazy what it was, what it once was, but I've as a Silas and jungle enjoyer, I think it's definitely still playable. Like again, I won't tell you it's broken, but it's a good time, and I think it definitely has its merits. I would expect it to just go into a lane for what it's worth. I don't think it will be Silas jungle
Give
here,
Sovereign the final
as
pick, which is
Malphite gets
Malphite,
picked
for
up here,
basic.
which could also be jungle or top lane. So I mean, again, there are a lot of questions to be asked with this Crusaders draft. I feel like the simplest answer, I don't know if we want to send Aurora into the Galio and Malphite into the Ambessa, and so I'm just trying to think what the best answer is here. I'm almost feeling Aurora top Malphite jungle, but obviously this is going to be up to them entirely on where they want to take it here. Because again, I really do think for them, especially with the Aurora Silas Malphite, any of them can go anywhere except for Aurora jungle. And I won't be too upset with it. Maybe Malphite mid is a little bit abnormal as well, but I definitely don't think it's inherently bad. And on the other side, obviously expecting our Seraphine to be bot, won't see that Seraphine get flexed mid. And then between the top and jungler, looking exclusively from a comp perspective, I don't think that it matters too much, probably preferring the Ambessa in the top lane with Jace jungle, but obviously I think as you mentioned, the players there might have a little bit of extra insight as to where those two might go.
Well, we'll find out. But one thing I do appreciate about these two teams is their draft has been very reactive towards each other, and we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, all the runes are set, and we get a nice clean game. I know they're down points, but points only do so much. You got to do the work in the game as well. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Aurora Galio here. So a pretty standard solution to the puzzle here, given that we know Jace Jungle is a bit of an expectation, especially as we'll see Mbessa go for a quick combo here. Going to take a bit of poke on the exit, as again, I wouldn't expect anything too crazy in the early game, but it would not surprise me if we randomly get some fighting, especially in the two side lanes. I mean, obviously, there's just so many things that could happen to start an actual fight, but in the mid lane, especially, aside from a quick trade, right? Obviously,
Ooh, good.
electrocute combos are going to be the goal. K3 is dodging so much that he's just not getting back to tower, ends up getting chunked half his HP. Good
Mhm.
attempts, I suppose, but definitely a bit funny to look at watching him just walk back and forth.
I mean, this if they're gonna win, they're gonna need Sunny Desai to really pressure this melee into
Yeah.
range matchup, right? He's doing a great job so far, getting basically that was a free trade essentially, minus the minions fighting back.
And yeah, I guess that's one of the other things to note. If you didn't hear it in draft, this is a 34-point favor for the side of Brown Clover here, who did win game number 1. So definitely going to be a bit of a tough one, already an uphill battle from the get-go. But as always in the SDC, while points help, they don't mean everything. As we'll see K3 and Sunny D, another quick trade here. K3 focusing on the CS, Sunny focusing on the poke. It is as we expect, as we'll get Mbessa dashing out here. Up a CS or a few CS right now at the end of that third wave, but still holding on for the moment. Is K3 going to get another quick trade against him?
Yep. And our bot side, Echo backs early, picks up that call. Looks like they're not going to fight. They're just going to rest on the laurels and can just farm. Holy crap!
Oh!
K3 just
Electrocute, full combo.
got
That's just
adopted right
lethal
there.
from Sunny D. I don't think Galio was ready for that to kill.
Yeah, I mean he's probably resting on his laurels as well, thinking that he's I'm a mage. I mean I'm an anti-mage. I can survive all mage-like attacks and just gets obliterated by that electrocute. Great job by Sunny D Swag. I mean the last game yesterday, right? I watched Hashim just play Aurora and he just picked up a 20 piece. So maybe there's something to that champion. Pretty good. As Eisenhower's out of mana, he's gonna have to be careful. I think he's just waiting to maybe pick up. What do you go level? What do you rush Malphite here? You rush Bramble Vestment, you think? Just to somewhat keep himself honest?
Yeah, I feel like Bramble definitely can help early here just to try and control that investment post 6 here. As we'll
Sovereign's
see
coming.
Schwer coming in, Silas looking for something here out of the bush. Don't know that Sovereign will catch up. It doesn't look like it. So just going to head back down here. Obviously, it's still past that first clear. So a quick pit stop not going to mean too much in terms of a tempo here. As K3, I gotta stay wary here as he's taking quite a lot of damage. Level 5 comes through. Sunny D's gonna follow him and Sneeko. Quick poke combo onto the side of Shibs. Ash won't follow with the arrow. As we will see Galio looking to take a recall, has no teleport. So again, this is just continuing to become a problem right now for the Galio in this mid lane as plates continuing to get poked out. Malphite's pretty close to losing his second one.
Yeah, I mean that's par for the course for this matchup, right? Black Vimon gets infinite poke, infinite mana, so you can just jump in and out with that free shield. So as long as he trades while the shield is recovering, then Malphite's rough. Like Malphite he's just an older champion, right? So his kit is pretty simple. Just fight when his he can only fight when his shield's up, essentially. Not that it's a strict rule, but you want most value out of your passive. But yeah. As I say that, I think they're going to triangulate on top of bot lane dynamics, forced to flash out. It still gets caught, unfortunately, as he's going to go down instantly there. Great engagement by K3. Picks up something for his troubles. As getting gold. And Sunny Z Swag is only going to get a plate here, but will he intercept Galio coming in? Will he let him enter the lane? Looks like he will. As unfortunately K3 does miss that cannon minion, but I don't think it matters too much as he did get a kill.
True. Yeah, definitely a bit unfortunate for the Nico there. Tried to space that W, was hoping Galio would release it early as he ended up trying to path back through him. Maybe could have tried going through Tri-Bush, but again, I don't really think there's any consistent way out of the circumstances. Another trade top lane here. We'll
Ooh,
be
what
working
do we got
on it
here?
here as we'll get some very aggressive
Oh, it
positioning
gets
here. Sneaky
rooted.
Swag gets caught by the root. The taunt should land. Ult comes down here, just trying to support with as much damage as we can. Sneaky
Oh
Swag will
no.
get caught by the Galio ult, slammed down by the passive for lethal. Boss Sim 1 HP, Shib's not much healthier. The side of
Ooh, I
Sovereign
don't
as
like
well.
this.
Very squishy here as we'll try and hold in. Silas just gets blown up. He can't stay alive. As we'll
Can they?
see it
Oh,
on this other
Echo.
side. They're trying to get away here. K3
Flash over.
goes
Oh no,
down.
actually, no,
Echo
it doesn't.
W's in. Shib's able to tank it
Wait,
there. Not
dynamics a
sure if it
gold?
kills
No.
Flash. That E extension could have been the one that killed him that time, but a nice bit of dodge work here to stay on their feet. Obviously, Galio, the casualty in the chaos there, as it will be able to get everybody else out, and Dragon will simply stay alive another day.
Yeah. But overall, 2 for 1 for Brown Clover, so I'm happy with that pickup. But we gotta be careful for this next team fight. If Dynamic picks up level 6, just notice that he still has that flash in him, so you can do a nice sneaky pop blossom play for this Dragon. Looks like, I mean, all eyes are on Dragon, I think, especially with that Scuttle Crab still up. I think we're gonna see another fight, another rematch here in a couple, as both junglers are gonna be on top side, and I don't think they're gonna gank top anyway, so they will shift their focus to Dragon. Just give it some time. They might even pull. Oh shit! Like I say, early TP from Eisenhower, so that means he's not gonna come help with his Dragon. And I think we're gonna expect a 4v4 unless they pull Black Veemon, but we'll see.
And yeah, it'll be K3 here, looking to keep it going, right? Obviously, the game started out pretty poorly for him, right? Just got kind of solo killed off of a bit of unexpected burst, but the game has definitely turned around for him. Obviously, the keynote is maybe some of that gold better used elsewhere on, I guess, anyone else, but obviously he'll become quite a decent tank here. He's still the mid laner, so can try and use some of that tempo to try and help everybody else keep getting stronger as they grow toward that extended further position here. As we'll see a dynamic Echo continue farming it out in the bot lane here. Eisenhower as well did end up going for that Bramble, obviously, like we mentioned a little bit ago. So definitely going to be able to hold on, I guess, here in the top lane, right? Him and the Galio obviously getting beaten in terms of CS, not very closely, but I mean, I guess it's expected, right? You have a tank versus not a tank, so the not tank should have better CS.
Yeah, it's just all about how they see us under turret, and I think once Malphite picks up some levels, it'll be easier from the farm under turret. Just needs smash and auto attack. Just try to buy some time here. As it looks like they're coming down on bottom. Echo's in trouble. Uses ultimate. Okay, that's
Nice
actually
arrow,
pretty
yeah.
nice. Yeah. He
The
does have
Galio
barrier
was
too.
trying to charge a taunt as well, so K3 doesn't have the taunt to chase it. I think if he had the taunt, he can still just E on top of Ashe, taunt, and then Jace full combos, but he was trying to pre-charge it there to get that max range by the time he got to Ashe, so ends up being really perfectly timed on that crystal arrow. So great stun there. They don't die, but they do lose the dragon for it almost assuredly, but at the very least, Silas should get the full set of grubs for it.
Right, that's not bad. That's only gonna help mid really though, because Sunny D Swag's the only one that can really use that benefit on attacking turret, because you're not gonna see Eisenhower cracking on that turret anytime soon. And same thing with bottom, because you can see bottom is the focus of the ire of Brown Clover, sending everyone bottom. You know, I was gonna say Dynamic could have been a real hero there, and instead of like, you know how he moved down here, he could have fought right here and turn that fight and really give the Crusaders a chance to win this game. But you know, who cares? At the end of the day, they survived that gank. It was a 4-person gank, and then they survived, and they didn't really lose anything out of it, minus the ultimate from Ashe. But yeah, Echo's playing a great game, treating the threat real, as he get engaged on top of Black Veemon, but they don't realize that Jace was there. So now, okay, wait a minute, Black Veemon misses his ultimate, so now they're gonna shake hands. I don't think they're gonna engage this fight. Ooh, good flash out though from Jace. So now I think they're done with this fight, as all flashes were burned on the top side. 2 for 2, 2 for 2 for flash. But everyone survives to live another day. And yeah, that's very, very, very entertaining there. As this might open up for Sunny D Swag to pick on Jace though. Jace not having flash. And go. Okay, there he does that. Okay, and then here comes Gallo jumping in. He gets a knockup, but can they do anything about it? Black Vemon's not in the area just yet. Forcing the flash, but he's gonna get taunted.
Yeah.
He's trying to buy time for Black Vemon.
Silas, Silas just has the lifesteal. Galio,
Yeah,
once he burns, I mean, he used everything, right? He used passive QWE, he had just ulted. He literally has nothing left in his kit other than basic auto attacks, so there's just nothing we can do about Silas. Lifesteal pops the W, throws a few more abilities for some extra damage, and just can't kill him there. So unfortunate for the side of K3, ends up ulting out and not being able to save his teammate or find a kill here. Definitely a bit unfortunate, as we'll see him teleport back to the mid lane. Not going to lose that much tempo there, so at the very least it's okay, just not a complete win like they would have hoped for. As again, if you looked at the first 10 I guess 11 and a half minutes of this game, I don't think I would come to the point gap that it is if I was to take a wild guess. So I mean, definitely looking pretty good right now for this side of the Crusaders, as we'll see another trade up in the top lane, and Bessa keeping that pressure on the Malphite, especially now that they have their first item done with that advantage. But again, a pretty close game here throughout the first 12 minutes now.
Yeah, I mean, I am appreciating Crusaders not being, a lesser team. This reflects their standings, right? They're number 2 in the standings. They're not afraid to fight, and they're not afraid. They're not demoralized by earthly things like points, with the with the team carrying the cross. Of course, they'll have a chance to win. As Dynamic tries to go for a lane gank, as disguised himself as a minion. Excuse me. Fails. This means Echo's alone, so Echo has to respect the potential dive, as Jace is on the wings looking for a potential transfer, as Dynamic gets easily poked out. You see over there as the camera whiffs all the way to the top. So yeah, Dynamic's forced to flash out, forced to use heal, so that's unfortunate. As a Nico, you want to keep that sum up as an aggressive play, not as a defensive one. As Sunny D Swag pokes out K3, but now K3 can hold his own. You see, he's not even too weak. Okay. Wow.
And yeah, K3 just trying to get out here. A great
whiff.
dodge on the abduct there. Really nice for the side of Galio. Well, I mean, yeah, really close to getting that kill there. Obviously, Silas or the Galio is still a bit tanky. Maybe he gets out with a flash if that connects, but ends up not needing to even see, because he just finds a really nice dodge on the E2.
Is Echo gonna? I mean, is Dynamic gonna go Proto Belt too? So we're gonna see 3 Proto Belts. Wouldn't that be interesting? It's gonna be super hard for Black Vemon or anyone to land their ultimates. I mean, I'm just saying, if they're playing like perfectly, right? Use the Proto Belt to dodge the Encore and stuff like that. It'll be pretty neat. Okay, they're gonna take the fight. Black Vemon is gonna get knocked up. Can he use his ultimate to get out? He does, but it doesn't mean anything, as Sovereign does land his necessary spells to get the kill on top of Black Vemon. And Sunny D Swag. Yeah, no, he's no longer the aggressor. He's unfortunately his time has come for that, and he's gonna have, especially with that build, right? You go Proto Belt first. I feel like, okay. As I say that, saving that ultimate to fight K3. K3 is gonna get focused here, but luckily for him, here comes the cavalry ships, and Schleimir's on the wings. Encore goes wide, unfortunately, though. K3 is going to have to use ultimate, but here comes Dynamic to lock down the rest of the reinforcements. Gallo's going to go re-engage, but actually Basim's here to unloading his ultimate, and, well, all in all, just 1 kill, and Jace goes down. What say you, Colonel?
Yeah, I mean, we have hubris, and unfortunately, we don't be stacking it, right? Definitely a bit of a troubled spot here for them. I mean, again, look at the game state, right? They're down 2k gold. They didn't get the grubs. Obviously, that opening dragon helps them out, but I feel like they really need to start leaning more into the dragons, or else they're at risk of a pretty notable upset here in the middle of the regular season.
I mean, bright side for them, they do have superior vision control. They have the 3 wards over there, so all they need to do is push out bottom, and then they have full control of the vision. So it's going to be they had to come in through mid, I think, which they have already secured as well. So this might be a second dragon for Crown Clover. I do not think they have it in them to fight, especially with all their ultimates down. I don't think it's wise. Just secure this dragon. Be happy with that. Be happy that you're still in this game, right? And you can challenge for the third dragon. But it looks like they already sent Black Beam on too, so I don't think it matters unless TP. Okay, never mind. They're deciding to take this fight, so let's see what happens here. As Colonel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, see the Silas. Now you go. See, oh, there we go. Just slam the Malphite ult here, able to knock up 2. Silas dashing in. Double taunt comes out here. Aurora ult lays down on top of all of it. Sunny D swag keeping the highest DPS so far. So much comes through that W. Not going to get over the wall. Jace. He do be walking away as Galio another quick trade. Dodges the Q here. I mean, yeah, that is the biggest nothing fight I've ever seen, right? So much damage came out. A lot of explosion as Shivs looks for it. You know what? I'm fine looking for it. We don't get picked off anyways, so it is what it is. Just an attempt that goes shy. As we'll see the resets come through. Mid tier 1 should get taken as well as that dragon, so the game state is going to get even a little bit tougher as they actually decide just not to even worry about forcing the mid tower. They will take a play, I think, as in I don't actually think they'll get to it here. K3, it is Galio wave clear. He takes the E through the wave, so not going to be anything super crazy, obviously, considering his item. The wave clear comes naturally, but again, now they're even on dragons. There's really no advantage for this side, despite their, again, 30-point gap here, which obviously I suppose is an advantage in and of itself. But in terms of in-game League of Legends tangible stat right now, I really don't. They're just not ahead anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say I appreciate, even though Brown Clover is hemorrhaging resources, they were smart to not to re-engage, especially realizing that Echo and Dynamic had their ultimates it was about to come up too. So if they prolonged that fight, it would have been disastrous. As I say that, they're gonna ulti on top of okay. Well,
what?
I think it was low on cooldown. I think.
Bro was convinced Silas was going in. I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say, was that K3? I was like, what did K3? Can K3 even do that?
Nico just like, yeah, man, they're having a good time with it. Silas goes in on the ult there. Fair play. You know what? We have Galio ult. We're gonna slam it. Silas gets into the mix of it here. As unfortunately there was no one else to find. As we'll get Black of them in here, just continuing to hold on in lane.
Malphite anymore either, especially now that
I feel like I remember 10 minutes ago when Ambessa had Eclipse. And I feel like they've gotten nothing since then. They've picked up a pickaxe and a mantle in the past, 10 minutes? This feels like a really slow burn for Ambessa here.
Yeah. Especially with no KP and all his ultimates landing. Okay, double ultimate knocks off on top of Jace, but Jace still tanky. Okay, here goes Galio. Oh my god! The recall, they're going for this. They have to at least get a kill out of this. Maybe get 2. As they do get 2. Dynamics still lives, and they need reinforcements. No reinforcements, so it looks like Dynamics on his own. He's gonna have to play.
I feel like Galio is just the second this wave walks through, Galio can literally just walk at them and they die here. As okay, I got a bit concerned here with Balsam potentially getting too close. Shibs was like 1 HP as well, literally. I think he might have died to a minion auto, but ended up not getting targeted and taking anything more. Backs away to heal himself up from slightly more HP than a breath of wind killing him, so nicely done there for the bot dive. Able to go 2 for 1 and take the tower. They will lose their top side jungle for it, but I suppose it's not the worst concession of all time.
And mid top turret. So I mean,
true.
They definitely lost a lot, but the thing is, they executed that play as intended, right? So kudos to those. Kudos to that, because that could have easily went catastrophic as well, right? Like a full dive, and then they could have got ace there. But yeah, I mean, the strategy is there. The plays, you could see what they're trying to do, and it's working for both sides, right? But unfortunately, the plays from Crusader Kings. Why am I saying Crusader? I'm king of the game now. Thankfully from the Crusaders, their plays are netting them a bigger advantage than the plays of Brown Clover. Now I want to play Crusader Kings. You know what I'm talking about? Crusader Kings. It's like a.
I've heard of it.
It's like a 4X strategy.
Unfortunately, that's about the end of my knowledge.
Yeah, but anyway, we got Dragon up in a minute. They're gonna secure the vision first, of course, since they're the aggressive team. But I think, thankfully, because of Echo Ash, his hawk shots can clear a good vision lane for them to enter for this dragon whenever they feel like it. As of right now, they just got chill. Both top side both have TP too, right? So as long as Eisenhower keeps Black Vimon honest by continuing to press this vision, it might allow for Dynamic to get vision control back, as they have mid lane control as well with a deep vision ward. So a little jockeying. K3's walking around trying to poke and prod, see who's looking to ward. You know, since he's tanky and has a flash in him, he can kind of poke, see what's going on. As of now, arrow goes wide, but
Oh,
good.
nice
But then
reaction there by
ultimate, though.
Bossim. Saw it coming, but Nico comes out. Seraphine trying to hold on here. Will get blown up there with the Nico ult landing. Shibs goes down rather, not Bossim, as he's able to get out there. Very dangerous engage there. Dragon is up as well, as we'll see the Ambessa ult come in, trying to catch Eisenhower off so they can look at trying to play this.
He's
but
tanky,
look at it,
though.
hitting him free, and he's just not dying. But they do kill the tank before this Dragon fight. Black Venom trying to back away here, but he will get picked up by the Aurora. Sunny D Swag trying to get out here. Taunt comes through though, barely tags him here. Yunara Cleanse comes out here, but we have to kite backwards now. Echo just hurts too damn much here. It's so close to being playable there for the second half of the fight, but I think Echo full HP just a bit too scary there, as we'll get Silas.
What the chains hit?
Land onto the Jace here, as we'll see Boston move over. Some autos coming out. Taunt comes out. The Silas gonna get here. Gonna get knocked up now. Charm comes out here. That's gonna be another one. Echo gets caught out, and now it's just a no mana Nico. It feels like we have to try and play this drag timer right now, but they need to take recalls if they stay in the Malphite Aurora teleport. They get completely game-losing destroyed, but at the moment, it's looking like they've maybe just saved the game with a very clean fight there. Maybe a bit sloppy on the other side.
They're beelining to Baron. I don't know if that's a play. I think
Jungle's dead.
Yeah, but, you know, Sunny D Swag and Malphite's still up, right? And then, I don't know, this could be a back-to-back throw. But, you know, I'm going to reserve judgment and see how this pans out. As the rest of the team is coming in, they're going to throw the hawk shot. They knew the arrow's going in. It's going to land on top of whoever that is. They secured a Baron, so they got what they wanted. Are they going to continue to press? It looks like they don't, as they're going to opt to get the concession prize, which is the Dragon. But yeah, great job by Brown Clover. I don't know. Would you have fought that? Would you have still 3v5'd that? I don't know.
I feel like it's just so dangerous, right? You look back to how that last fight went, you know that you need to be able to kill Yunara immediately or you can't play the fight. Again, just based on how that last fight went. Yeah. And without Silas, right, it's not like we're going to have a good chance of stealing the Baron. So I would definitely be quite a bit concerned forcing it. Because if you force it and you lose the Baron, you lose the gold, and you lose that Dragon, as Eisenhower ults to safety here to not die to the gank. But I feel like if you fight it and you lose, you're in such a horrible spot compared to just taking the trade. So I think that I probably would as well be in the camp of taking what was taken, get the drag, get the... I think they got top Scuttle Crab after the Baron. So again, there's some like okay things that ended up happening in the midst of that, but yeah. I definitely think it's a bit unfortunate, right? We just need Silas to not get charmed randomly and die.
Right. But now their goalie that 3K goalie that they built for themselves is now erased.
Yep.
Because of a couple bad plays there. And they're going to try to get something out of it. Black Vemon's kind of stuck
here.
Is
just dead, actually?
Potentially.
Yeah, they're just going to sprint mid. We're trying to see if Ambessa can find a kill. I'm guessing the answer is no. Silas comes through the wall here. Level 16 comes in for Ambessa, and we're just doing as much damage as we can to heal as much as we can. Stay alive as long as possible here, as we'll see Silas, Malphite both trying to back away. Mid tower, though, in a bit of danger. Nico Root comes out here as K3 harassing the bot tower here, and he is not that concerned with Sunny D Swag's modern damage. Earlier in the game, that's another question, but right now, Sunny D Swag, everything they do feels like auto attacks.
Yeah, that's why they needed the Ashe to be like really strong, because then he's the answer to the Galio, right? But as I say that, Sunny D Swag's gonna get immediately engaged on and goes dead. As TP coming in from Malphite. Malphite does have ultimate, so can they do a return fire here? As Galio's gonna try to play a buffer zone here. As ultimate goes on top of Jace. Jace is gonna go down, pop awesome, knocks up two people. Ash is free firing in the back line. K2 is going to do his job to buy some time for Bassam to return fire on the front line as well. As Bassam is hiding, but Malphite is a big boy. As they're going to lock him down, and that's a very nice team fight for the Crusaders, avenging their brother, Sunny D-Swag, keeping the turret as alive as long as they can for that team fight to go their way. But still, that gold is still relatively even, so yeah, yes, I think that helped them in terms of confidence, but they can't be overly confident, as they definitely need to play sharp, continually to play these sharp fights, as Brown Clover is not going to give them easy looks like that.
And yeah, definitely interesting. I mean, again, right, this game is just so much more playable, right? The gold lead obviously starting to show back up here, but again, this late in the game, 1K just doesn't really mean anything. So it's interesting to see which side will end up getting these advantages in fights, right? It feels like Inara, obviously, the prime hyper carry to have in this game out of the characters that we do have on screen. Aurora, obviously, really nice. Some of the other characters here, right? You see like Jace, Silas, the junglers do a lot of damage. They're very scary. The top laners, a lot of tankiness, a lot of engage there, a lot of tools they could use to try and get some value. The supports, obviously, some really nice ultimates available on the table. So I really do feel like this is a very even game. Obviously, some slight things here or there that help one team more than another or not. So I think this is definitely going to be a bit interesting just to see I mean, again, right, you have to go back to the point gap, right? This is not on paper a close game, right? Brown Clover have a 34-point gap, right? The bot lane is just they're advanced, right? I mean, they're 35-point bot lane against a 12-point bot lane. So Echo and Dynamic, I mean, they're looking for whatever they can, right? I think Dynamic has done well considering he's worth a third of the opponent's worst player in terms of point value. So I think he's had a great game considering that, right? Yeah, I would take 3 Dynamics over anybody else in this game. He's played much better than the 4 points would suggest here. So obviously we'll have to wait and see how this game ends, truthfully. I mean, I'm sure we'll get maybe 1 or 2 big fights. If they go to the same team, they'll just run through the rest of the game. But obviously this dragon here in a half minute, definitely going to be definitely the first chance for one of those big fights, as K3 might be positioned a bit aggro here. Could try and commit to this.
They need his team to back him up, because Ash...
Wow, they still haven't broken through that shield.
Yeah, wow. My oh my. They have to be careful not to over commit on K3, because, you know, you want to save it for the backline. They're looking for it. Okay, K3 actually almost dead.
Seraphine hits 3 on the backside. Is it we're gonna get the immediate execution here? Bottom though goes down. Yunar just dies. Or Ambessa's not here again, like you mentioned, right? They do end up going to aggro Ambessa now in the 1v3 double kill for Jace for the 2 missing. Sunny D Swag doesn't look like he'll get caught. We have flash on the Ambessa. We are gonna commit it. Ambessa for Aurora flashes trying to get out here. Black Venom simply trying to live at this point, but he will get caught. He will get aced. And now I don't see a world they don't get this dragon, right? Silas can literally just walk at it. And is there anyone who can get here in time? I feel like it's dead before Jace could even think about it.
Yeah, and Silas is a jungler too, so he's gonna have the smite. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, they did what I suggested, right? Don't you give what K3 is giving you, which is free auto attacks, and then he actually got to a point where he actually can get bursted down, and he died instantly there without the reinforcement of his team. But thankfully, Shibs landed a great encore that could kind of salvage that fight. Else, it would have been like a clean ace, really. But yeah, Malphite is, now that they have 2 Mountain Souls, which is, or whatever it's called, Mountain Souls, I guess, gives them 10% armor. So Malphite and Silas are super happy about this arrangement. You know, continue to be super tanky. And good engagement by K3. Is gonna clip anyone? No, as he gets out. And flash for that superior Scuttle Crab is going to give them ownership of the vision there. So Baron is not in the books just yet. They're going to have to find a nice team fight. I don't think Brown Clover is going to give them that. I'm not too sure. Is Yunara like the supreme late game? Does she just take over the game once she hits 6 items? Or what kind of champion is she?
I'm not too sure. In terms of like max power.
Yeah, you know, like
I mean, 6 items helps everyone, I suppose, but
like I'm just saying, like a Cogmos 6 items is way different than like a Lucian level of 6 items, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Basson is trying his best. Unfortunately, he picked up 9 assists. Like, just imagine some of the kills went over to him.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have taken
I
over.
feel
but
like 6 items definitely should help, right? Just like obviously the blood, maybe if you go Bloodthirst or GA, all of those side tools just help. Obviously, I feel like I'd prefer a 6-item Yunara to a 6-item Ashe, right? Obviously, Ashe can be scary by all means. Not saying Ashe is like a nothing character in terms of auto attacking or damage or on hit or any of that, but you really do want more of the like crowd control, the ulting, the vision, right? There's a lot of extra tools that Ashe offers a composition. As do see Baron alive here. A lot of bot side stacking right now, but obviously if the Baron gets started, it can be rotated too. So definitely have to be a little bit careful here for the moment. As we'll see Silas clearing out some of this bot side vision. A lot of pings toward the Nash right now. There's a pink on it, so that ward in the pit not getting any real value. Maybe thinking, there's no breaking of that ward, so probably not anybody in the pit as they would just naturally want to hit it. But we'll see Bossum, Shibs, K3 now in the mid lane showing.
Ooh,
so
Eisenhower
obviously no
gets
read
caught.
here. And Eisenhower, this could be dangerous here. Will be the Galio coming in.
my
And Vessel
God,
ult. They're
bouncy
committing
cast.
a lot to kill him as he will drop his own ultimate,
Gets
flashing out as well. Teleport comes back mid here, so a bit aggressive potentially. Malphite does, though, still have his own recall teleport here, so he can get back in for whatever fight may find him. But obviously, I think one of the key things of concerns is we don't have Malphite ult for a bit, right?
Yeah,
so
but he's level
not
18. It's
necessarily
going to
as
be up.
impactful, but he is tanky.
It's up in like a minute here, 30 seconds. So both ultimates will come up, maybe except for the hero's entrance. That one's a bit longer, but I don't think that one's too important here if it's going to get a 5v5 straight up. K3 is poking Providence, trying to see where the rest of the team is. Jace is... Yeah, that does nothing right now. He has to land on the critical targets. There is a fat wave bottom, though, that needs to be tended to unless they want to give up, $300 worth of gold there, or 300 gold worth of minions. As Bifemon's going to pick up that, and I think we're just going to chill for the next minute and a half here for this Baron. I mean, not Baron, Dragon Soul. Mountain Soul, I think that's not as game breaking, right, compared to Cloud and the electric one, right? Or am I wrong? From my memory, Mountain Soul is not that great, but still, it's still nothing to scoff at. It's like 500 gold worth of stats across the board for everyone.
Yeah, I think in the Okay, that was Silas old timer. It was about to run out. I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? But
yeah, but okay, Ship is in trouble.
Cycle back to the next ult here, and he's dead. He's one tap. Yep, that's death. Asher comes down mid, not going to find anybody. Galio taunt comes through. Going to hold on to him for a moment here as we'll see him try to re-engage. It will be the Jace here, looking for some damage. I'm going to ult into the back line here. Nico Pop Blossom comes in. Dynamic goes into the Hourglass. Black Venom trying to back away here. 1 HP. Jace trying to back out. So many people super low, but Sunny D and Echo are not in that category. They're happy to keep running them down here, and this should surely be it. Ace comes through as the bit of lag there. Apologies for that if that got to the Twitch stream. If that's just on our end, though, obviously no worries about it. But that's game 2, right? The massive upset here in the regular season. They just get folded.
Yeah, that
in this mid lane team fight, they go 5 for 0 here, and in the 34th minute, that'll be game 2, and we'll head into game 3 dead even.
Yeah,
surely. Seraphine can't.
Fiery can say that was karma, right?
Something Seraphine could do.
Yeah. Fiery can say that was karma for not letting him have his remake, right? So.
Yeah.
See.
I'd rather lose a game because our jungler had the wrong runes than lose a game because our team can't win a game up 35 points, truthfully. So maybe this is the better game to win for them here, as obviously they'll be looking to win game 3, I would expect now, right? I would assume that alongside the upset, they'd like to pick up the actual series win now that they've won a very difficult game 2 here, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, here at the SDC, one more game to go here in week number 2 of the regular season. We'll send things back for a break. Crusaders versus Brown Clover. Game 3 back in a minute.
I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve like a big deal. feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve. I feel so close to you right now. I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve like a big deal. I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve. I feel so close to you right now. I feel so close to you
draft here as we get things ready to roll. Another minor point lead for the side of Brown Clover, and it's not because Crusaders sent a weak roster, but Brown Clover just full sending it here. 122 points. Don't get too much higher than that. Black
No.
Venom returning for the third game here, as I suppose actually it's you said it's not ready, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
it's
not the most
Slimier.
accurate
Yeah.
points, or
I mean,
I don't know how
Slimer's
points
pretty
work
good
with
too. I
subs.
mean, Slimer's good as well. He's a master tier jungler, so it's not like.
Are they functionally just still valued at the same though?
Yeah, just functionally
Okay.
valued. Maybe
Still
slightly lower.
122 to 109 then.
Yeah.
Is yeah, 109 the gap here, 13 points the gap with a 109 point Crusaders roster, but it's worth noting the only low point for Crusaders is Dynamic, who I think's had a great day so far.
Yeah,
Again,
punching above his weight.
considering he's tier 4, I think that this has been a great performance by him, and obviously is he a 17-point player? Maybe not, right? I'm not on the admin team. I just get to talk about players where they are, not where they should be. So I get the joy of making Alan worry about all of that
No
as we do
worries.
get through the first part of draft here. Karma and Victor, the first pick per team.
Yeah, I mean, well, Victor not yet. Still hovered. I don't think Hilzer is a
True.
mid. I mean, support main. So it's interesting to send him to mid, and it looks like they're gonna give him Victor mid, and then Karma support. I mean, Karma is a counter pick, right? Because Hilzer loves playing Karma, so I think that's just to put him on something more less his tempo. As I was gonna say that's the thing I like about the SEC. You know, you give the environment allows for heroes and villains to be created, and Dynamics definitely having a heroic series this time around, being worth 4 points, but basically punching way above his pay grade. So great on him. Zap is gonna pick Ash. Echo having a great Ash game previously, but now Zap is the Crusaders' ace bot laner. So let's see how he pilots this champion. The Queen of Freylord, is that what they call her? I'm just trying to rip off titles.
I don't actually know. I don't know many of the titles.
The lore.
Let's see. Let's see what her actual official. The Frost Archer. All right, that's
wow.
yeah. We'll play Dryant. We'll play. That's unique.
Because I thought she was married to
Silver
Trinamir.
picks up here.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and now we're playing some old school champions. Nice, nice. Them going from the newest ADC to the oldest ADC in the form of Sivir. So that's cool. It's neat. I like their playstyle. They're playing Sivir and Karma, so very fast champions. It would be cool if they pick Karma too to like really play into that theme where you play flanking champions that can just speed it up. Okay, Nico there. That's a fast champion as well. Really looking to counter engage and flank him on the side as Sovereign's gonna pick up Graves. That's interesting. That's gonna open up for counter basically to get his counter pick.
And yeah, they're going to look at banning away some of those rougher matchups. It looks like with the Hecarim ban. I believe we saw Hecarim banned. I want to say game 1, maybe. I'm not too confident on which it was, but I know it's been on the chopping block once before for Brown Clover here. So we'll see what the Crusaders want to ban on this other side here. Again, Victor Ash Graves already picked up for Brown Clover. So looking at either top or support, Seraphine is already banned. So that Ash bot lane not going to be found once again, and they just say, yeah, you know what, goodbye Mundo, as he gets taken off the table.
Yeah, I mean Mundo's brutal too. Especially once he gets going, he's very hard to kill. So they're gonna give Mundo and Garen a ban here, respecting counter, respecting his right away having the last pick, because I'm suspecting just pick support here, and I would like a enchanting support to give Ash and Graves free reign on this battlefield, unless they pick an engaged champion, which is something totally different from what Dynamic usually plays. So that'd be kind of interesting if he picks that. Okay, sweet. Dynamic's gonna play Alistair, expanding his champion pool there. Because, like I said, Dynamic is more known for Seraphine and other whatever that shit is. Those type of supports that play from the rear, spamming spells. So what's left is mid and top. I suspect maybe Ambessa. Well, is Renekton banned yet? Well, okay, there you go. That's your answer. Zaheen and Aatrox. So beefy front line that are very maneuverable. Yes. So and counter with the Alawi. Okay, I mean, I don't know about that because isn't Alawi more of a Bastion type champion where you want people to come into her and like fight her in her zone? But Nico, Severe, and Karma basically don't play around her rule set, so that might be tricky.
I guess mid late game, right? Obviously, Aatrox as a hen kind of have to go melee, but so does Nico in combo. So I think it's definitely possible to get some Alawi value here, but I think realistically, it's more of a lane matchup that they're focusing on, just trying to get them a Fed, and then obviously Fed Alawi. Everyone's played against a Fed Alawi before, so I don't have
Yes.
to get too much into the absolute terror nightmares that can potentially face, but. What do
Listen,
you
I have
think here?
counter
Looking at
on.
the two,
I mean, I have
you're
him on
good.
my fantasy, so he's gonna just
Okay, yeah,
kill it.
he'll get 20 kills for it.
Yep.
That's why we're watching this match, isn't it? Okay.
Well,
Sorry,
I
yeah,
didn't.
I didn't think about it because I wasn't here yesterday, obviously. So it wasn't in my brain that you just pick wherever you want to watch the fantasy players of.
Yeah. And I have this team as my whole fantasy in general, so I definitely need the PWCs to continue their winning streak. So this is all for fun. But yeah, I mean, Brown Clover can't, just for sanity's sake and for honor and for pride, can't drop this game as well, because that's just like 50 points. I think they've been down points all series essentially for Crusaders, so they've been playing on the back foot in terms of value. But they've been playing their synergy has been something to commend. So I'm excited to see how they play this game 3. But for now, let's take a quick break and then let's end this series on a positive note and on time.
stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. 'Cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do.
Back here for our third and final game. This time we swap sides as we get ready to roll in here. Nothing too abnormal. All of our characters about where we expected them, with the few minor notes of where some of them did end up. Aatrox did go jungle, Karma did go mid, and Nico did go support. Again, I think this is definitely my expectation going out of draft. Obviously, worth keeping in mind though, just having a few of those characters a little bit maybe abnormally positioned. Karma, obviously, we'll have to see the build. If they go more in support, they will be pretty weak on AP in terms of comp, but obviously can try and solve that pretty simply with a, real quick, go into AP, get some, get some AP, stack that up here for the Karma. But we'll see what the build ends up being here,
I'm
as in the top lane,
I'm a
Alawi's
complete
ahead.
moron. I didn't know they swapped sides, so I was like drafting as if counter. Okay, that now this draft makes way more sense because I was like saying like,
Okay,
why is
okay.
User on Karma or not on Karma? Okay, my bad. Now okay. Anyway, yeah. I mean, let's see what happens. Severe's gonna play. Severe and Dynamic gets to play a very easy game where they just basically perma shove, right, and then see what they can do by roaming. But Black Vimon gets a good soul grab there and poke out the counter there. This counter's gonna get out. Ooh, good poke. So, yeah, you're right. That Alawi is gonna get some fun time with Zahin there, as he is gonna have to be forced to dodge and poke and prod while Black Vimon's gonna take that fight. Big minion way though, so he has to be careful. There's still a biscuit that counter can eat if he decides to do so. Level 3 first though. Oh, good knockup. Okay, counter. Okay. Ooh, Black Vimon's gonna go for a finishing blow and gets.
Wow, there he goes.
Yeah, there you go.
That is well played. Alawi gets the first blood here. Black Venom gonna get a nice bit of early lane value here. Obviously, given the circumstances, interesting to see, right? Obviously, they're relatively close in points, right? 4-point favor to the side of counter. And obviously, the actual counter pick coming through for Alawi really does make things a pretty even lane here. But the Alawi will get the benefit of this start here, as K3 taking a bit of poke in the mid lane, but again, pre-AP Karma doesn't really hurt, so it really does feel like a farming game mid.
Yeah. I mean, right now, all they have to do is just chill. Let's see with Graves coming in, punishing Hilzer. Hilzer's going to force to get out. That doesn't burn anything, thankfully, but still, that K3 is only just going to get that much stronger because Karma against Victor is not ideal doesn't have the firepower. But once Karma joins up with the rest of her team, that's where she starts to shine. But right now, they just gotta buy some time for Zap to farm and get into a position where he can deal out ungodly amount of damage, which is what Severe's great at. Okay, now they're gonna fight Black Leon. Leon doesn't have flash. They do know that, so they're gonna give it straight over to Sovereign. Sovereign picks up the kill, and yeah, Ilari P6 is not as scary. So they're gonna, thankfully, they know to take advantage of that as they give counter some breathing room, as a counter was struggling, I think, without that bailout, especially with that phage picked up early.
Yeah, some nice value here, obviously, off of the opening kill for the side of Alawi. Obviously, going to be looking to keep that pressure going throughout the rest of the lane. His heals are still just farming it up for the moment. Victor takes his first back, just picks up boots, right? He wants the lane to quite literally be quicker, wants to try and make sure he can dodge some key things like maybe some of those karma spells, while also just rotating quicker. That move speed's going to help out with all of that. I don't hate it here. A little bit abnormal, maybe, but obviously in a pretty fine spot to go for, right? Doesn't need these early stats, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, not much to do. They're gonna continue to farm. The only real action is gonna probably be topside with the Suns being gone. Karma's not gonna give an easy look. Neither is bot side. They just can run out there. So unless Data, just look for Data to start this fight, or look for Vmon to put himself in a position to try to maybe 2v1 and try to turn it around now that he has hit 6. But as of right now, this is a great lane state for Brown Clover. Kevin's K3 is super happy with the way it is, just letting him build his CS lead as Victor opts to do so. Grace, though, looking over here, look at this. There are 2 ships passing the night, especially if he gets his back off. Oh, it looks like, okay, never. Oh, okay, wow.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, they're fine. But now Grace's
turn
is...
lane fine?
Yeah, well...
Okay, yeah.
I think he is.
Grace is going to come in for it anyway. They get damage onto Zap, but I think, yeah, Graves just can't get there in time to actually have anything meaningful. If they step too far forward, though, I don't know that they saw Graves, but it looks like he just wants the reset here. So we'll go ahead and get back to base, get ready once again. Here's again. Very even game right now, right? You look around at the gold, obviously some minor leads here or there, right? Solo lanes favor the side of Brown Clover, bot lane favors the side of the Crusaders, so very back and forth right now, but at the end of the day, everything pretty much adds out, maybe 400 gold lead right now, but counter, oh no, he's just dead.
Yeah.
Wow, he literally does just die. So 2 kills to 1 now as that gold lead just jumps straight back to even. And again, Alawi definitely starting to be the boogeyman here for counter this game.
Yeah, not expecting. I mean, that's why you give Black Vmon the last pick, right? For him to just do that, just do just that, right? Take advantage of that matchup and really punish him. And this might be spooky too, because there's no real damage to deal with Alawi besides Sivir. And Sivir's not really a single target champion. She's more of a win team fight via infinite bounce champion. And if Alawi's gonna get her value off using her full duration of her ultimate, then she's a very hard customer to deal with. Because yeah, I mean, who's gonna kill her? Not Karma. And yeah, and sorry. Go ahead.
Now, what are you thinking we're seeing in terms of builds here, right? We have the Dirks already picked up for the junglers, Phages for the top lane, some extra stats here and there. You think we're going to see anything spicy this game? Obviously, Karma going AP, I suppose, is maybe considered spicy on its own simply because it's AP Karma, which obviously is expected mid, but maybe a bit spicy regardless. But what do you think? We're just going to see everybody going super standard builds here, or you think we might get something interesting?
Knowing Slimer, he loves going that hubris, so I expect him to go hubris. Therefore, he's gonna get into fights as much as he can. In terms of spice, let's maybe Zap will play something else, because going BFs first, what does that indicate? I think that indicates him going what?
Yeah, a couple options, I suppose, in terms of just BF. As top lane trades, I feel like this Hen is just getting absolutely demolished right now. This guy's taking so much damage under his own tower, but is it Yuntal first on
Yuntal.
Sivir? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I guess Utah, because usually you go Essence Reaver, right? But okay, looks like they're sending their entire army to defend this
I want these.
Scuttle Crab. Yeah,
Yeah,
Data's here
K3's on
already
the
too.
way. Graves is almost
Dynamic
here.
6
One
though,
grub
that's
goes
different.
down.
That's the different thing.
Yeah, I think this could
That-
start to get a bit dangerous here.
Arrow
One
goes
grub
wide,
gonna reset.
actually
Arrow
lands-
comes through. It will land onto the Nico. They're just going to commit the combo.
Wow.
I don't know that we needed the Alistar combo to open that, but it doesn't matter. It's going to secure the kill. So nicely done there. A nice arrow. Maybe didn't have to be the most pinpoint precise, but still going to be nicely done here as they are able to secure that. Bossum as well, despite the assist, is going to get a nice wave here. Should be able to farm the majority of it. Sivir does get a play in
that was a great
trade
arrow.
as Victor gets another one in trade, and the Grubs do go 2-1 to Brown Clover.
Yeah, that arrow basically secured them the objective. Didn't have to expend any additional resources, so now they're happy with continuing to farm because they have two of the three winning lanes so far, and bot lane isn't losing. It's just there's just the CS difference by virtue of Sivir being able to farm so easily. So I mean, if I'm Brown Clover, I don't want to force anything. Just be happy with Black Vmon doing his thing and K3 doing his thing. Let him build up a sizable gold lead here naturally. Because the only thing bad is if Graves over invades and just gets checked for it. And Black Clover already finished too. So jeez. Counters have a rough game. My fantasy points.
Fantasy points is crazy.
My fantasy points.
Bro does not take care about anything other than the fantasy. He's so locked in on it. Who do you need
Just have other players
for
too.
fantasy? Who are you praying to go 20 kills?
Yeah. And this just counter. I don't have anyone else.
Okay. So this is you've not been enjoying this game.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm happy this as long as it's back and forth, right? I just don't want to see Alao just completely bulldoze this.
Yeah.
But it looks like she might.
Interesting ult.
Yeah. But I'm actually excited to see if an Alao take over a game too because I like champions like that, like God mode champions. When I'm not playing against it, naturally. If I'm watching it, it's like this is cool. This is like some kaiju.
Kind of feels like you are playing against it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah
we'll have Aatrox look bot. Good.
Yeah, so looks like Sovereign's gonna start the dragon, kind of. Maybe just bait it, right? Like see who bites. KV3 is gonna hard shove. In the meantime, he's gonna actually go across to defend his blue, but they see him there, so he might get jumped if he's not careful, which he is gonna right now. Black Vmon does have the jump too, so it's gonna be a 2v3 if he's not careful. Oh my god, this get a lot of damage, but thankfully Graves is. Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay, and Heelser just had to flash.
Okay.
Yeah, a little scared there. A little bit late. But it's alright. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. You don't want to give unnecessary advantages over to Ground Clover. As things have stabilized. I mean, this is for match point, so I don't think they're gonna they're gonna do anything too crazy aggressive. They're just gonna take what each other's side gives them for now. But look at the Sivir though, 129. But K3 is keeping up as well in the same range with CS.
Yeah, we'll see the Alawi here. Looking to just keep the pressure on right now, right? You see the CS gap there up right now 24, I think, on this as end. So it is definitely a little bit rough here as we'll see the continued farming, right? Still haven't seen this first dragon. I feel like game one, right? I feel like we were seeing that soul at like 20 minutes. This game we haven't seen a dragon, and we're almost in the 13th here, and it doesn't really feel like anybody's even going for it. Obviously, at some point, considering it's the first dragon, someone can just hit it, right? Like Graves could just hit it right now and
Yep.
they would probably get it, but they are going to try and go for an invade here on Vision. So the immediate rotate coming through, Zap and Healers both trying to set themselves up here as the recall does start to come out. Could try and just trap them in
Ooh,
here. Will be the
wait a
chains
minute.
coming down. Have to flash out for Graves,
Good
but now
flash.
Pop Blossom Flash comes in. Nico looking for the play here. Going to find a nice engage
how
onto
did
the
that arrow
double.
miss?
The Ash arrow misses off the knockback here. Data taking damage, flashes backwards here. Will be the Aatrox getting stunned up here in the gravity, and it will go down here. So really nicely done for the moment here. And again, Dynamic, despite the point gap, is going to find the engage for the kill there. Again, at the end of the day, it is just Nico Flash Ultas. Actually, bot lane Zap could just die here. No one can help him. He has to flash barrier here. Dynamic will get here now to try and help rebuy it. Boston taking a bit of damage here as well, but he will be able to get back safe.
Yeah. And, I mean, just like you wanted, right? They did get a pick. They do get to start the dragon, so a bit late on the average dragon for our stream games, but you know, better. They rather find a pick than force it, and yeah, great on Dynamic. Even though they did get picked here, they saved that flash and used it for a net positive play later. But we'll see what happens now with K3 picking up his first item, which is going to be Black Fire Torch. And yeah, he's going to do some damage there, continuing poke. Even though Karma has shield, she doesn't heal as much as the continuous poke that Victor can provide. And when I say that, they're going to look like they're going to dive Poro counter here. Especially now they grab the soul. Here comes Data as well to reinforce that position. But here comes Sovereign on the wings.
Has that res.
Okay, but Sovereign's just doing the scuttle grab. Oh,
okay,
he actually
that's
gets
absurd.
It though.
Absurd that we're hitting Gromp in the face of 4, but you know what? If it works, it works, and sometimes it works. So fair play to him here as he will get away. Zahen recall TP here after that dive attempt, right? I guess they weren't really looking to kill him, just heavy damage. As K3 gonna get jumped by the Nico tricks here. Data comes over as well after getting spotted, as we'll get Alawi teleporting as well. Black Cleaver Triforce done in the top lane. Double Hubris in the jungle. Karma's Malignance Victor with that torch for the extra burn. Yuntal secured for the Sivir. Actually, Rocket Belt done for the Nico as well. So it's just the bot lane of Brown Clover here that are still looking for their first item. As Aatrox going in here, Nico Pop Blossom will find 3, and Ashbolt comes in, lands as well. It will be the Graves going down early as K3 tries to kite away. Nico goes down to Alawi. He's still full HP for Black Venom here. Counter trying to stay on top of K3 here. The Victor laser comes back in. It will be the pseudo GA here for the side of Zahen. Black Venom trying to back away here. Flashes out of the chain. It should be the end of the fight functionally. K3 is pretty low, so if they overstay, could certainly go down, but looks like it will just be the Grubs going over here to this side of the Crusaders here, and objective-wise, they're in a great position here. They'll be up a dragon and have the Grub set.
And with Sovereign picking up 2
That's
kills.
Herald, 60 minutes.
Yeah, and he's up 30 CS.
Okay, yeah, it's 2-1 Grubs already. I'm sitting here like, oh yeah, they're getting Grubs. This is early game, only 1 dragon's been taken.
yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. Like, oh yeah, this game is...
My internal clock is based on dead dragons dead.
No, I agree.
Unfortunately.
It's a slow game too. They're just poking... Like, the only action was generated through top side. And then that 1 dragon fight. But yeah, this is, jockeying back and forth. But Black Clover needs to do something. Even though they're only down by 1,000, they have to... Feels like the game is getting away from them if they don't do anything proactive here. And with K3, without his sums too, he's a sitting duck if he gets picked off. He has to be careful. They're looking to pick on counter. Man, I need to add fantasy points for like amount of ganks faced.
Yeah, you know what? I think that you'll have to bring that up to the commissioner, which is is that you? Are you the commissioner? I don't know who runs the fantasy. Is it just you?
Yeah, I have to figure out a stat for that. Based on like proximity.
My player got ganked a lot this weekend, so I think we should add this stat. And you know what? Just for fun, let's go back and re-add it in. Oh, that's Nico! Yep. Minion comes in here. Pop Blossom catches Black Venom off guard. I don't think he was counting. A little bit unfortunate there. foolish decision. You're playing League of Legends against Nico, and you aren't counting to 6 every time you see a minion wave.
Yeah, I don't.
As we'll see Alistar trying to sneak a back off as K3 heading back. They would love to kill this guy under tower, but it's an Alistar, so they just can't kill Alistar. And even if they could, the risk of doing so just isn't worth the value you'll get from doing it. As we'll have Karma. They lose the trade, but it's Karma, so they don't lose trades. So we'll be fine here for the side of healers.
Yeah. Karma's just Karma's like a barnacle living off of the back of Sovereign. If Sovereign has a good game, then Karma's gonna have a great game. As Gray's gonna try to pick off Dynamite. Oh my god, Dynamic is almost dead. Still, wow. Flashed into the concussive blow, whatever that's called. The collateral grenade. Great job. And then, yeah, that's why Lines, Graves is very opponent. Especially now that he went Collector too. So he's gonna try to play sneaky and just pick off easy kills on Dynamic. Karma's one. Sivir, in a sense, is one as well if he's not careful. And Arrow goes wide on Hilzer. Hilzer's gonna get... No, Hilzer's okay. They do secure the dragon, so that's that positive play that I was mentioning. Like, they definitely need to slow this game down, because I think, in my mind's eye, I think Victor will be the like the dad of this game, right? Like once he hits 6, like, I don't think it's hard. It's gonna be hard for them to deal with him if he pilots it properly.
Yes, we'll see Data get jumped on here. Chain comes in. Baron is spawning again. This game is 20 minutes in here. We are not at the start of the game here. Feels like it should be the 11th minute. It's about to be the 21st here, as it will be the retreat for the moment for the Graves. Trying to work on the scuttle. Aatrox going to pop the World Ender as K3 trying to back up. Dodges the Nico E. Aatrox going in. Pop Blossom finds him again here. They will get knocked back, but it's not in time to matter. Aatrox comes in. He'll get Alistar. Sivir gets Victor. Sivir's retraded by the Graves as Blossom trying to kite away from the Aatrox as Graves working on what they can, but Karma's too tanky. The shields are too much. Heelzer finds the kill on Graves, and again, this game just feels like it's getting further and further away from playable right now for the side of Brown Clover here. They have a few scary players in the top side, but they feel like they're just getting completely ran over right now.
Yeah, I mean, Sovereign's just having a great game. Yeah, thanks to Karma backing him up on all his plays. He's just such a menace to deal with. And then the fact that he stayed alive and boxed out Basim. Basim was unable to support the team, and yeah, the front line just got obliterated. And then that fight would have went even worse if Data didn't push Dynamic out of that plot Basim range. So let's see what Data can do here. Data cannot single out counter. Funny enough, has a bounty on him. I don't know if that's worth anything for like fantasy, but hopefully he can get into these fights, because counter, I need you to pick up some kills and assists, bud. No pressure though.
Yeah, I'll see counter here.
Oh god, man, look at them. They're just hating on my boy.
So is that like 3x ganking points? Because that's like a 3-person gank. Zark, please respond.
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
We'll see the mid tower crash down by Sir Zap. Black Venom finds his own tower top. I mean, again, what do you think here, right? It's up with 3.6k gold right now. It's a nice lead, obviously, for the side of the Crusaders. But you think they got this game, or do you see a comeback in the future of Brown Clover?
Let's see what they can do now that Victor does have flash. Like, I think he'll be able to not get one-shotted by the Aatrox. The thing is, they have to not let Aatrox get on top of them, because once he does get on top of them, like enchanted karmas and all that will just be a nightmare. Especially if they don't have the sufficient burst, and I don't think they have it right now. They do if obviously if he's sleeping on the job, but once he gets going, then that's troublesome. But I mean, they're not out of it. They do have the parts to do it, especially with Ashe still like somewhat in the game. He's definitely had a quiet game this time around. Only one assist through that one arrow that he sent from bot side, but he definitely needs to start engaging and getting involved with these fights. As Black Vemon's gonna pop his ultimate, so does Counter. But here comes Sovereign. But here comes Graves as well to back him up. Slime is gonna get Counter. How did you run into that arrow? Yeah, so there you go. Shut down onto Black Vmon. Yeah, he's a big boy. Hard to kill, Vmon. But yeah, great back and forth from both sides. Yeah, providing assistance when they can. But looks like they're gonna start the Baron instantly. I'm not sure if this is wise, but looks like they're gonna send Vmon. Vmon does not have ulti, remind you, and Karma needs to come ASAP too, as Victor's already within the vicinity. As ooh, this is scary. It's still a 3v5 technically. Now it'll be a 4v5. Data's gonna use his ultimate to buy as much time as possible. Baron does get secured, but Pop Blossom knocks up 3 people. I don't think that matters though, as he's gonna just get killed on arrival. If that ultimate's okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I can't believe.
Oh my god, Alistar wanted to give the kill so badly to one of his teammates that he didn't hit him, and he just gets out. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
that's
that might. Yeah, that's okay. Well,
it's like I want to say like that's gonna cost them the game. It's 200 gold, right? It's not gonna cost them the game probably, but it does not feel good to just let a kill walk free when you're down gold.
Yeah. Down to say that that costed them the game, because now that Dynamic's alive, this dragon might be that much
Counter's
harder.
on that team, so you want anything to cost them the game.
yeah. But I mean, they picked up that Baron, which is huge. Makes the game much playable, as they can now grab the turret, the middle turret, and the second, or I guess the third dragon of the game. So a little ways to go. I think we're gonna get to see a second Baron here, maybe a third Baron actually. Is teams are just jockeying back and forth, see what they could do. I think players, both teams are gonna look to pick off. Yep. Oh god, Counter. but yeah, I was gonna say like both top laners love to push, right? So whoever gets caught first basically is gonna cost them their team. But here comes the rest of the team, the reinforcements. Victor's not here too, mind you. So it's gonna be an honest 4v4, but they're gonna opt to not take this fight. They're gonna be like, okay, objective secured. Counter gets out. President Counter, get out. You need to survive here. And then smart. But yeah, I don't know if they could have fought that.
Dragons are gonna start hurting, right? I mean, obviously we're only 2-1 right now in the count, but I feel like they're definitely gonna start helping this Brown Clover side get back into it if they can keep stacking them. As again, obviously that first dragon to give it a little bit of extra AD, bit of extra AP, just a bit of extra adaptive, I suppose. But the more and more of these extra hex drakes start stacking up here, it feels like it's just going to keep getting a little bit worse and worse for them. That gold lead is closing. Some of the players obviously getting to be a little bit more problematic here, as Karma Clone will head out here. Data, not even going to bother throwing a spell at it, is Alawi hidden with Counter in the top lane right now. Is a bit of classic action. 26 minutes in the game, and we are moving in the top lane, is obviously the Baron helping out quite a bit right now. But we'll head backwards to base.
Yeah. We're just happy with the way that things are going. I think both sides chilling. They don't, not too concerned. They're just gonna wait until these. Yeah, it's just so hard to get any picks, right? As long as they know where the jungler is, they can kind of push, because it's very hard to. There's very few lockdown champions in this game besides Data and Ashe. Maybe Nico, right? So like what you see is what you get. Here comes Data's gonna buy some time for Graves. Great. Oh, what? So his knockup doesn't get him, but is Sovereign's gonna chase that? He does. He gets knocked up.
Okay, he has Karma Shield, he has Flash out here, as we'll hold on for the moment.
He's still going to go back in.
Just goes back in here.
And comes back
Another
out.
Karma Shield able to tank out the majority of it here, as we see K3 harassing the side. The top laners are hitting each other in the top lane, but Healzer doesn't have any more HP to come shield with, so K3 just finds the kill on Aatrox. Moments before that Q3 slams down, Zehen sent into the resurrection here on the passive, but B heals to so much HP. Alawi has to run away again. Zehen, a very capable foolish because he does get that free revive every so often, and
Yep.
obviously heals a lot. So even if the fight was very even, Alawi even wins it by a good bit there. The HP advantage is still just so staggering for Zehen, but again, we're still a minute and a half out from the dragon, right? A lot of bot
Yep.
side fighting here has been being lurked, being teased, but obviously still some time before it truthfully matters going toward that third dragon. But again, the gold lead just completely shut down. So while earlier in the game, I really don't know what there was for Brown Clover to confidently say they're in the lead of. Now it's almost the opposite. I don't really see anywhere that they're actually objectively behind.
No, they're in a great position. You know, they have won the last couple engages, and they've secured themselves vision control and secured themselves the Baron, and now they're up to Drake too. So yeah, like I said, all they have to do is continue to chill, let K3 farm. He's almost up. He's at 3 items now. Once he finishes his Rabadon's death cap, so he's just gonna do that much damage. Like Karma cannot outshield this, unless she keeps saving her enchanted Qs for as shields instead. But even then, I don't think that's enough, right? So this is all gonna be on the back of if whichever team gets the look that they want will win. But as I say that, they're gonna get on top of Heelser. Heelser's gonna try to buy some time. Wait a minute. The team from the top side is flanking them too, so they have to be careful who they run into. Looks like they're gonna run into a Sovereign, but the arrow does buy some time for his teammates. But is that enough? As Sivir is gonna try to duel Basim. Basim is gonna beat Sivir there with the help of the rest of his team. So what looked like a flank was and actually a bigger envelop in play from Brown Clover, as Brown Clover picks off the flanking unit there. And yeah, things are looking rough. Like they were ahead, but now they're starting to fall behind just based on the comp, right? Like there's only 2 real threats from the Crusaders, while the Brown Clover have 4 threats basically. They have Graves, Victor, Ashe, and Vimon in the form of Alawi, and then all of them have abilities to prolong fights, right? Like they have. Oh, did my game, I think my game just crashed.
Oh.
Okay, we're back. Sorry. Jeez.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, able to get it fixed up there. Would have been a bit concerning to see it crash, but just you know, a bit of a freeze. We'll say a pause desync on a no connection to a pause. Maybe there was a pause and they readied so quickly that we never even saw the pause, and then we got pause desync.
Maybe.
That must be it. There's
I
not
hope
another
that is.
possible solution for a small indie client, which shouldn't have pause desync anyways because it is a small indie company, but you know, it's rides for you as Alawi crashing the bot, unironically trying to end the game right now. As
I mean, he
Alawi's
can.
Bot
Let's see what it's at.
Yeah, this is starting to become a bit of a problem, actually. This Baron is not quick. Look at how slow this is. 9k HP, 10k HP here. As we'll see the Baron slowly bleeding down here. Will be the set of data just going in right there, slowing the game down for this Alawi. Pop Blossom onto the backline is going to find 2 here. Blue Tower destroyed. That's going to be the inhib open. K3 is going to go down. Data is going to go down. The inhib is currently being worked on. Look at the retreat though right now. Zehen starting a recall right now. Graves going to be the only one alive as the Nexus towers are now being worked on. Zehen though certainly is going to get the back here. Black Venom going to crash down the base. Only person who backs is this Zehen.
They need a second
Can we
guy.
just hit this if we're Alawi? Do we have to hit Zehen? I think we do. We pop the ultimate here. It's going to be the Zehen ult coming out here as Black Venom commits. So the Zehen is dead. That's game, right? Isn't the game just over right now? The wave is here. The new back is starting. Graves is going to be working for a moment, trying to stop the backs here. Aatrox has to cancel his own back to counter it. Teleport comes out. As I would have. That's Karma. Did he think it was Wait, who did he think it was? If he knew it was Karma, can't he just keep hitting?
Oh no!
Or does he have, do you think he has to leave regardless? Was that just like a moment of panic? Aatrox probably has teleport because
I think Vimon should have pressed.
I can't handle him right now. Do you think he just misread who the teleport was? Because I feel like I guess does Karma hurt him? He doesn't have MR.
Yeah, I think they misunderstood each other because Graves pushed Slime pushed up to stop the backs, right? And I think if Vimon had flash, right? I think he could have 2v1 that even against a Karma and a Nico. And then they should have told him, hey, Karma's coming in with half HP. She's not full HP. Don't worry about it. I think that was just miscommunication because I think Vimon could have ended that game there. It wasn't guaranteed, but definitely possible. There's definitely an angle that could have happened there. But now bright side though is he basically ripped apart the bot side, so they have to be careful. They have to have someone bot side to keep Vmon honest, because if they take a fight that's way too long, Vmon can just like 3-shot the Nexus turret, or Nexus building, whatever.
And yeah, definitely trying to keep things chilling for the moment here. We'll see Aatrox going to be clearing out the Gromp. We'll get that as we'll have
Arrow goes wide.
counter.
Nice, good job, counter.
Very dangerous there as again, Dragon in about 90 seconds, but now there's a really big problem here called we can't do anything without risking our Nexus dying. So
Yeah.
it's a really rough spot right now for the Crusaders to work through. And obviously the same problem for Brown Clover, right? If they just start sprinting at the Nexus, it might not work. So
Yeah,
you really
but they
have
have
to
an
play a
easier-
little bit careful here.
Yeah,
But
you're
they
right.
definitely both in weird it's a weird position. There we go.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not like super exotic rare for a Nexus to be open when objectives are coming up, but obviously
This position
they
has not been
proved
studied
really
yet.
bad for it.
You know, like chess.
Yeah.
This is a new position that we have not seen before, especially with an easier soul here in a minute. But the thing is, the bright side is they have severe, which is like easy lane control. Just perma push mid and then see what they can go with. But okay, looks like you're gonna force the issue here with the Baron, and the Baron's already at half HP. Oh, do they smell it? They do. Okay, so they do grab it instantly without any trouble, relatively. So they're gonna have to back up. Oh my god, the arrow actually goes wide. So Sovereign does get out, but at what cost? He does take a ton of damage. So does Data. He gets out. Dynamic uses ultimate, but gets slowed down by K3. K3 completely crushes it. But oh my god, Vmon is just having a party on his own there. But Hokon counter is gonna try to do as much as he can. So he does pop his ultimate, but at what cost? He is gonna get resurrected. But yeah, Bassam just gonna walk him down, just
And
based on Ash.
Is this should be
This is
game, right?
super-
Yeah,
I think
we're
it has
seeing
to
the
be game.
GGs come out in chat. I don't imagine anything can happen. I suppose Karma was enough last time to stop the game from ending, but with Black Venom in
Yeah.
the bot lane here, I don't know what we can do. Nexus towers do respawn, so there is a little bit of extra security as K3
Yeah, no.
just gonna try.
I mean, Black
the
Venom just
towers
2-shots the turret,
here.
right? Like boom,
Yeah,
right there, and
one
bonk.
shot W,
Mega
one,
bonk, just-
2,
Yeah.
and that will be the Nexus here in the 35th minute. We'll make sure it drops, and there we go. Brown Clover able to get back into it. Had a bit of a sell in game 2, truthfully, a game that I would say arguably they should have won going into it. I would say they would say that as well. So definitely a bit unfortunate there, but at the very least, despite the upset, they don't get completely walked over throughout the rest of the set. So well played to them. They recover, they get back in 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Black Venom played a great game. He just, isolated, counter out, and 2v1'd it, and just put mega pressure, macro pressure, and then that bought time for K3 and Slime to get back into the game. So yeah, great job, GG, and congratulations to Brown Clover for winning.
Yeah, definitely will be interesting, right? Considering standings, Crusaders, they were in second going into today. They're now 8-4 on the season. Still a great win record.
Yeah.
Whereas Brown Clover, they were currently in 8th, but they'll go up to 6-6. So should be a nice step up, obviously, in some other places on the standings. So you can all take a look for yourselves and go see the results of the season. The one team I have to know, unfortunately for the House of Finwë, are going to drop down 0-12 now.
Oh,
So
God,
a bit of a
no.
rough start to the season
That
here,
is so
as
bad.
they were against the Loire Syndicate, currently the top 1 team in the league. Now 11-1, but a very unfortunate start here for this other side. As again, I always want teams to have like a vaguely close season, right? Maybe okay to have a 1 or 2 best teams, but hate when you look at the standings and you see a worse team.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. But if I'm House of Finwë, I just play to play spoiler. I'm just gonna find one team I hate and then just make sure they don't make playoffs too, right? Like looking. But yeah, well, we'll see. Happy Father's Day. I appreciate you casting with me today, Colonel. We are out early today, 15 minutes early on time. So thank God everyone's been everything's been going smoothly so far. But yeah, congratulations everyone. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.